Hello, I love Super Nintendo. I eat, sleep and live everything SNES. Yeah, whatever. Now, New Year is almost upon us, and luckily it's a chance to shed off the shackles and ill fate of 2010 and look forward to a new year. And one of the games that I am happy to shed from my existence is Lawnmower Man. Now, by looking at the cart, you can probably tell that this is going to be trash. However, only recently did I experience this game and learn exactly how much trash it truly is. Now, where do we start? How about we start at the beginning? The game is based on the 1992 film of the same name, which in turn is very loosely based on a short story by Stephen King. A lawnmower man is involved in an experiment using virtual reality to make him more intelligent. However, it also begins to make him insane. It is up to a scientist, played in the film by James Bond himself, Pierce Brosnan, to stop the crazy lawnmower man. The game is made up of primarily two different sections. A side-scrolling shooting section, in which the object is to kill everything on screen, and a 3D section that are used as bridges to get to the next area. In all honesty, the side-scrolling areas aren't totally awful. You get given a gun and you have to make your way through the level looking for red portals. Once you find one, you shoot it until it goes green and you can then enter. This is very standard for what you would expect from a side-scroller. Power-ups, enemies to shoot, and a fair amount of dying. Every now and then a main enemy appears who requires more hits to kill and rewards you generously when you finally drop them. As you can tell, the side-scrolling sections are no way near perfection though. The main problem with them is that the direction you shoot is always forwards. If you want to shoot up, you press up and shoot, you carry on shooting forwards. If you want to shoot down, you press down and shoot. You carry on shooting forwards. The only way to shoot enemies higher up is to jump and shoot forwards. The only way to shoot enemies lower down is to drop down and shoot forwards. Now, this is a major disappointment when considering other games such as Contra and Sunset Riders on the Super Nintendo, which both have fantastic controls and allow you to shoot in 8 different directions. Another problem is that the levels are very generic and look dull. There has been no real thought or detail gone into anything. It's just a sub-standard shoot 'em up. However, you ain't seen nothing yet. When you step through one of the green portals, this is where the game really starts to suck. The 3D portions of the game are atrocious. You are propelled forward and the landscape moves far too fast for you to have any real chance of dodging a lot of things. Many of the times it takes only one hit and you are sent back outside to try again. There's no turning around in the game, and so if you're faced with a wall or obstacle, a lot of the time you are going straight into it. In some of the areas you are given a gun and face a group of enemies. But what is this gun? This is meant to be virtual reality, and the most space-age thing they could provide was some rifle that looks like it was decommissioned in the 1940s. And what is up with these enemies? Did Atari lose a bunch of bad guys from the newest Space Invaders game? Not only do these bits suck to play, but they also look like garbage. Now, I know, picking on a game made in 1993 for the way it looks compared to games nowadays is probably unfair. However, you need to consider the fact that even in 1993, this game looked like trash. For example, this game was released 8 months after Starwing, and yet I think even an idiot can see which looks more impressive. Now, I may not be the biggest Starwing fan, but even I know a crappy looking game when I see one. I don't get it. Why does this bit even need to be in the game? It's a waste of time, completely unenjoyable, and adds nothing to the gaming experience. Why couldn't this be the whole game? It still wouldn't be good, but but at least it wouldn't suck so outrageously. Sure, people cared about 3D in the early 90s, but surely not enough to even consider this to be good. Now, I've read a number of reviews on the internet of Lawnmower Man that annoy me so much because they make so many comparisons between this game and Contra. Most of us know Contra, the game that revolutionised side-scrolling, the game that built the 1980s and 1990s, the game that gave the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo a real threshold for enjoyment when it comes to side-scrolling. They compare that to Lawnmower Man. Now, what I've done is I've decided to make direct comparisons between the two games, just to see if there is any fairness in comparing Lawnmower Man to Contra. What I've done is I've made a list of the 5 things that I think the Contra series do so well, and we're going to see if Lawnmower Man accomplish any of these even particularly well. Number 1. The control system. The control system for Contra is unparalleled. It's so responsive and fluid. Most importantly, it allows you to shoot in 8 different directions. Do we get that in Lawnmower Man? Not so much. I can shoot forwards, I point up and shoot, and I carry on shooting forwards. I jump and try to shoot down, I carry on shooting forwards. So, 1 point to Contra. Number 2. Landscapes. Contra had some beautiful scenery. The alien background looks amazing. In comparison, no. 2 points to Contra. Number 3. Vehicles. To add variety, Contra included a variety of vehicles to control. Lawnmower Man? Well, watch. Number 4. Weapons and power-ups. There's no need for words. 4 points to Contra. Number 5. Level enemies. Let's compare the first level. Contra has a tank and an alien tortoise thing. Lawnmower Man has a car, a motorbike, and a truck. Oh! And a gas station. Quantity or quality? 5 points to Contra. So, let's hope that that puts a stop to the ridiculous comparison of these two games. Strangely enough, I doubt it though. When giving the game a final score, it seems only fair to split the game into 2 fundamental areas. The side-scrolling shooting area and the 3D virtual reality areas, and then give each of these a score up to a maximum of 50%. The side-scrolling areas are the best out of the 2, although that isn't saying a lot. They're dull, repetitive, the enemies are so stereotypical. I mean, who gets fun out of shooting ping pong balls at monkeys and motorcycles? Maybe you do, but not me. Now, this game is not awful, but this genre has been done to death, and so much better so many other times. The side-scrolling shoot-'em-up part of Lawnmower Man gets 20% out of a possible 50%. Don't worry though, it gets worse. The 3D areas are appalling. Never before have I had to endure such dull tedium. Even toys I found more enjoyable than this. The 3D parts of Lawnmower Man get a pitiful 3%. Now add that to the side-scrolling shoot-'em-up parts of the game, and Lawnmower Man earns itself 23%. We are fast approaching the new year, and luckily Lawnmower Man is one game that we won't have to take with us into 2011. Now, don't worry, there is a lot more Super Nintendo tosh out there, but that's to come. For now, enjoy the celebrations, and reign in the new year with some classic, nostalgic Super Nintendo fun.